Hey guys, this is Tolhe, and welcome to um, behind the scenes slash making of slash work in progress custom map of mine. So after this weekend, when I kind of had my game design rant, I thought I would make my own custom map, sort of put my money where my mouth is, so to speak. I think that's the right phrase. So I've made this custom map. If you don't want it spoiled, then you may not want to watch this. I'll do a couple little small videos like this, but I don't really want to give too much away. But I did want to get first impressions on what I have so far, criticism and whatnot. But understand, I'll try and explain what I'm doing so that there's no confusion though. So very simple house, probably going to replace the ground, but I haven't got around to it. There's going to be more signs here explaining your guide. So this whole world is going to have signs sort of telling you what to do or giving you hints and things, and that's going to be the voice of Melvin the Fairy. So Melvin the Fairy will sort of have a sign here saying, hey, wake up, and explaining the backstory of the world or whatever. And Melvin the Fairy will be your sort of guide. So stuff like some objects can be activated by clicking on them. And this brings up another point. I'm not sure yet if I want to have it so that this thing also gives a tutorial on like doors and chests and everything to do with Minecraft that I use, or if I just want it to just be explaining mechanics that I developed from the Minecraft system. But then more like here, Melvin would be, oh no, the gate has been destroyed and it's blocking the way to town. It should really be collapsed. The gate has collapsed or something. A lot of these signs are work in progress. It's probably not the final text. So we come out here, investigate these signs that we saw. You'll also notice moments. I'll explain this more in a moment, but you can kind of see there's like this forest. We've got this gate-like structure. Not really gate, but more of just a blockade. But yeah, it's sort of blocked here. It's collapsed, and we have this red block here, just sort of out of this red wool block. No other red around, just this one single red block, and we have this text explaining this red block looks sticky. Now, sticky is also something work in progress. I'm not sure how else to say it. Maybe we can find something to stick to the red block that will help us get over. Let's take a look around. So we can wander around. We can't leave this area. Kind of stuck here. There should be no way out. And if we wander around to the back here, we'll see more of these red blocks with ladders stuck to them. So we got some more text explaining, hey look, more red blocks, and these ladders, and these have ladders stuck to them. They won't come off. Looks like ladders cannot be removed once they've been placed. This is how rules are going to be explained in my map. Melvin will sort of say stuff like this, like, looks like ladders cannot be removed once they've been placed. Subtle, but the point of this is that you can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Melvin says that something can happen, and then it can happen. So we come up here. Now, the idea here is generally, percentage statistics wise, at least in Western gaming culture, people tend to go left. It's just the way people go. So when you come to a crossroads, people tend to choose left over right more often. You'll see this in stores too. They often put things to the left and like the path you go is to the left. And actually, I'm doubting that now. I'm not sure if it's to the right. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whenever way you pick, you'll either come to this and it looks to be locked from the inside. This door you can't get open. Or you'll come around here. Also, is there a way to turn animals off? Because I would love to be able to turn animals off. And I don't think there is, but yeah. That would be cool if I could get rid of animals. Because in Peaceful, they still spawn. I don't think there's a way to get rid of them. And so if we come around this way, if we had went to the right, then we would have found this door, which lets us in. And so we come over here and we see a sign across here. It says, looks like you will have to jump across. I wrote these signs and I can't even read them. So this is just teaching the player very simple jump mechanics. 2 square jump, just kind of introducing to them to the idea of jumping. Look, a chest, I wonder what's inside. So there's a ladder in here. So we've now seen red blocks. Ladders go on red blocks. We now have a ladder, so we know we need to go up there and put the ladder on the red block. A ladder, now we can get past the gate. Hit this key to open locked doors. Okay, I'll explain that in a second. So now if we go all the way back around, I've also tested, I don't think you can make that jump. So if not, I'll put more leaves there. Just, you shouldn't be able to get out of this area. This area is also work in progress. I'll show you how I'm doing this in a second. And so we come up here, red block. The idea really here is that ladders can only be placed on red blocks. Red blocks are the only places you're allowed to place ladders. And so we come over here, and we're over, and now we can continue with the map. Too bad there's nothing else yet. But this teaches a lot of fundamental things really fast to the player, really simply, and hopefully in a way that's not too confusing for the player. So first off, we've got red blocks. Red blocks, we say something should be placed on it. We then tell the player to look around. The player comes across the back here where we see more red blocks with ladders placed on them, sort of letting them know, okay, so ladders go on red blocks. Now that the player knows, hit fly button. Then once the player comes up here, they're introduced to jumping, very simply. A little jump puzzle, extremely small, but introducing them to the idea of having to jump. Then we get our first ladder. Player should then know to go back and put the ladder on the red block and move on. And also reinforcing that with a ladder, now we can get past the gate. And then this here is very subtle, not meant to explain it entirely to the player, just sort of hint at it. But there's a couple things going on with this. Okay, first off, we have a brown wool block. So this ties in with the red wool block. It sort of shows the player that things are placed on wool. Wool is an important item. And if not, it'll be reinforced thoroughly throughout. But this is the second example of it, sort of showing that. And then hit the key to open the door. I use the word key in caps. And this being placed on the brown wool block opens this door. So this is subtly hinting at something for later on. So again, wool block going to be super important. Basically a lot of the, or I got a couple ideas where I can use wool blocks to sort of indicate item placement, and then have the player go to those blocks or see a block and then think, there must be a ladder nearby if I see a red block, and then go search for that in order to find something else, which could possibly be something for a brown block, like a key. So introducing the player to this simple mechanic that wool blocks mean things, and that you can kind of trust that if you see one, there's probably something around that will work with it. That not so much the last point, but it's just introducing some very basic concepts, sort of showing the player. And this is not really a puzzle, like I said in the I think I said it in the beginning. This isn't really a puzzle in my opinion. This is more of like a super mini puzzle, if that. More so teaching the player a couple basic mechanics. More of a tutorial than a puzzle. And then do \time day. So I'm using the single player mods and the zombie mod for flying. Single player command mod for a lot of different things like copying and pasting the world and things, and then zombie mod just for flying around. So give me 2 seconds here, and we're back now, guys. So I just went into in-depth and loaded up my save for my items. So what I'm doing here though is I'm doing quite a few things. So, oh no, breaking the illusion of the world, oh god. So first off, I just want to show how I'm building this terrain. I've got a couple load hills. So I've basically created a couple basic templates which I can then use the world commands to paste things. So I paste these hills wherever I want. I can undo that. Just some basic world editing stuff. Not really what this video is about though. So let's get back on track. Next I want to talk about moments. I'm hoping these moments are coming through effectively. That's not going to work there. So basically what I'm doing though is I'm taking those hills that I paste and I paste them in strategic locations, and then I place these trees on them in tiers. So what this does, okay, 1 second here. So if I take these trees and paste them down here and sort of build them up, and then come up behind here, actually I want to put another one down there and another one here, and then if I come up behind them and sort of stagger them a little bit, it gives the illusion of a very thick forest, especially with the level. So it almost feels like you're in a bit of a valley almost, kind of tucked away. So if with just a couple of those trees, if we come back out here, we'll notice now that it looks a lot more like a forest. And even especially from here, this is the most important part, is from here you can really see, you can't really see anything past there. There's just dirt. You can't see beyond my perimeter of the world, and sort of gives this illusion that you're in this thick forest. A lot of level design, at least level design I learned and had classes on, was like this. Like I used Unreal Engine. A lot of the Unreal Engine level design was smoke and mirrors. You place a mountain in the background, then put some stuff in front of it so that the mountain, although it's really small and far away, looks really big, and then just illusions. But so yeah, just using these trees effectively. So even though, and the tiers are mostly because even if you get up on the roof, it doesn't lose that illusion too much. It still looks like a pretty thick forest. If I wanted to, I could copy some of these sections and paste them in the back so it looks like the trees go on further. So give me a second. Like, I just want to show, if you look here, how barren this is. I'm just going to fill this out so you can kind of see the transformation. So I'll be right back. And we're back, guys. So yeah, same side now, just with a couple tiers of trees planted. And now you kind of can't see past anything. You see the sort of, it gives this sort of illusion that you're in this thick forest. These shrubs here kind of add more to it, kind of give it more of a, like the shrubbery bushery on the side here kind of breaks up the long wall of dirt, so it doesn't look as odd. It also distracts your eye from the dirt in the background because it's in the way. Yeah, I'm not an expert level designer. I'm not an expert designer, but I have some basic skills, enough to get me by. I'd like to have another tree here, if it'll let me. Ah, there we go. There was a bit of a gap in the canopy and it looked a little off to me. Didn't really fix it too much, but that's fine. Yeah, so in general, I like this, but I kind of wanted to get a little bit of feedback, not so much on the actual design elements, because they might be a little hard to understand until you see the rest of it, but then more so on the moments. And so a lot of creating a good level, a good game, whatever you have it, is your moments, and especially in level design. And I feel this is a good moment when you come out here and you have this moment of sort of like, oh, there's something going on out here, and what's with all these trees, and you walk out to find you're sort of in this forest. I feel like this is really conveying that moment of being deep in the forest very well. It's exactly what I'm going for. I just wanted to make sure that I'm just tweaking here now, being a perfectionist. Doesn't look like I'll be able to put a tree here, but I can put in some leaves to connect that. And then we lose some of the light. The light just kills a bit of the dark canopy look. Try and block out as much light as possible. Yeah, and then from here we'll all start creating a town, which will have quite a few branching possibilities for directions you can take to progress. Rather than just a straight go get the ladder puzzle, there'll be more options, we'll say. But yeah, more so I'm looking for, does this look like a proper forest? Does it, you know, how does the house look? More so with the artistic design, like, or the architecture, I should say. What do you guys think so far? Right. Anyways, so this is Tolhe signing out. Later, guys. I'll keep you updated with progress, but I don't know how many more of these videos I'll do because I don't want to ruin too much of the map. Right. Anyways, signing out for real. Later, guys.